Hi, and welcome to English Channel. Are you learning English? Great. Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started.
1. Introduction. Europe is a small continent, but its history changed the whole world. Why did so many great ideas, wars, and inventions begin here? From ancient cities to modern nations, Europe has risen and fallen many times. It is a land of thinkers and artists, kings and ordinary people, peace and terrible wars. Ideas born in Europe shaped laws, science, education, and daily life around the world. In this story, we will travel through time together. We will see how land, people, and ideas slowly built the Europe we know today. 2. Geography of Europe, land, rivers, and climate. Europe has a very diverse geography. This geography strongly shaped its history. High mountains, like the Alps and the Pyrenees, protected many regions. They also made invasions more difficult. Europe has many long rivers, such as the Rhine and the Danube. Rivers helped people travel and trade. They also provided water for farming. Europe is surrounded by many seas. The Mediterranean Sea connected Europe with Africa and Asia. This made trade and cultural exchange easier. Europe's climate is mostly mild. There is enough rain in many areas. This climate is good for farming and raising animals. Because of this, people could settle and build stable societies. 3. Ancient Greece, the birth of Western ideas. Ancient Greece was one of the most important civilizations in history. Greece was not one united country. It was made up of many small city-states. Athens and Sparta were the most famous ones. Each city-state had its own government and laws. In Athens, people created democracy. This allowed citizens to take part in decisions. The Greeks loved learning and asking questions. Thinkers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle became very famous. They developed philosophy or the love of wisdom. Greek artists built beautiful temples and statues. They also wrote plays that are still read today. Greek ideas shaped Western thought and culture for many centuries. 4. The Roman Empire, law, power, and expansion. The Roman Empire was one of the greatest empires in history. It began as a small city on the Tiber River in Italy. Over time, Rome grew strong and powerful. The Romans built a huge empire across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. They were excellent soldiers and very disciplined. The Roman army helped keep order and protect the empire. Romans were also great builders. They built long roads that connected cities and regions. These roads helped soldiers move quickly and made trade easier. Many Roman roads are still used today. The Romans created strong laws that applied to all citizens. Roman law became the foundation of many modern legal systems. They also developed a clear system of government. Another important change was religion. During Roman times, Christianity began to spread. Jesus was born under Roman rule. At first, Christians were punished. Later, Christianity became the official religion of the empire. 5. The fall of Rome and the Middle Ages. By the year 476 AD, the Western Roman Empire fell. It became weak because of corruption, economic problems, and invasions. Barbarian groups attacked Rome from the north. After the fall, Europe entered the Middle Ages. Strong central government disappeared. Europe was divided into many small kingdoms. This period saw the rise of feudalism. Society was organized like a pyramid. Kings were at the top, followed by nobles and knights. At the bottom were peasants. Most people were peasants who worked on farms. They lived in small houses made of wood and mud. Daily life was hard and simple. People worked from sunrise to sunset. They ate basic food like bread, vegetables, and soup. Festivals and church events brought joy to their lives. Although life was difficult, this period shaped future Europe. 6. Religion in Europe, faith and conflict. During the Middle Ages, religion played a central role in European life. The Christian Church was the most powerful institution in society. The Pope in Rome was the leader of the Catholic Church. Kings and rulers often worked closely with the Church. The Church influenced laws, education, and daily life. Most people believed strongly in God and followed church teachings. Church buildings were at the center of towns and villages. People went to church for prayer, festivals, and important events. However, the church also held great power and wealth. Some church leaders became corrupt. This caused anger and criticism from ordinary people. Religion also led to conflict. Different Christian groups disagreed about beliefs and practices. These disagreements caused religious wars and violence. The Crusades were wars fought in the name of religion. Later, conflicts between Catholics and Protestants divided Europe. Faith gave people hope, but religious power also caused fear and suffering. 7. The Renaissance, rebirth of knowledge and art. The Renaissance was a time of great change in Europe. It began in Italy around the year 1300. The word Renaissance means rebirth. People became interested again in ancient Greek and Roman ideas. This movement focused on humanism. Humanism emphasized human ability, reason, and creativity. People wanted to learn, explore, and ask questions. Artists studied nature and the human body carefully. They created more realistic paintings and sculptures. Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo were famous Renaissance artists. Writers also created new works about real life and emotions. One important invention was the printing press. Johannes Gutenberg invented it in the 1400s. Books could now be printed quickly and cheaply. Knowledge spread faster than ever before. More people learned to read and write. The Renaissance ended the Middle Ages and began the Modern Age. 8. European exploration and colonization. During the 1400s and 1500s, Europeans began to explore the world. They wanted new trade routes, land, and wealth. New ships and navigation tools made long sea journeys possible. Explorers like Christopher Columbus sailed across the oceans. Others, such as Vasco da Gama, reached Asia by sea. European countries soon built colonies in Africa, Asia, and the Americas. These colonies provided gold, silver, spices, and other resources. European powers grew richer and stronger. However, colonization also caused great suffering. Native people lost their land and freedom. Many were forced to work or became slaves. European diseases killed millions of local people. European languages and cultures spread across the world. Christianity was also brought to many new regions. Exploration connected the world more than ever before. Trade and communication increased between continents. This global contact changed history forever. 9. The Enlightenment: Reason, Science, and Rights. The Enlightenment was an important period of new thinking. It began in Europe during the 1600s and 1700s. People believed human reason could improve society. They started to question old traditions and beliefs. Science became very important during this time. Scientists used observation and experiments to find truth. Isaac Newton discovered laws of motion and gravity. Thinkers were called philosophers. They wrote about freedom, equality, and human rights. John Locke said people were born with natural rights. Voltaire supported freedom of speech and religion. Rousseau believed all people were equal by birth. These ideas challenged kings and the church. People began to demand fair laws and governments. Power, they believed, should come from the people. Enlightenment ideas inspired democratic revolutions. They helped shape the modern world we live in today. 10. The Industrial Revolution: Machines Change Society. The Industrial Revolution began in Britain around the year 1760. It later spread to other parts of Europe. Before this time, most people worked on farms. They made goods by hand or with simple tools. The Industrial Revolution changed this way of life. New machines began to do the work faster. Factories were built to hold these machines. One important invention was the steam engine. It provided power for machines, trains, and ships. The textile industry was the first to change. Cloth could be made quickly and cheaply. Many people moved from villages to cities for work. Cities grew very fast. Living conditions were often poor and crowded. Men, women, and even children worked long hours. The work was dangerous and paid very little. Despite these problems, production increased greatly. Transportation and communication improved. The Industrial Revolution created the modern industrial world. 11. World War I: A Broken Europe. World War I lasted from 1914 to 1918. It was the first modern war in history. European countries formed powerful alliances. They competed for land, power, and colonies. Tension grew for many years before the war. The war began after an important assassination in 1914. Soon, many countries were fighting each other. New and deadly weapons were used. These included machine guns, poison gas, and tanks. Soldiers fought in long trenches. Life in the trenches was dirty, cold, and dangerous. Millions of soldiers were killed or wounded. Civilians also suffered greatly. Food was scarce and cities were destroyed. By 1918, the war finally ended. Europe was left poor and broken. Many families lost loved ones. The war changed Europe forever. 12. World War II destruction and the Holocaust. World War II began in Europe in 1939. It started because of anger and hardship after World War I. Germany was poor and humiliated by the Treaty of Versailles. Many people were unhappy and wanted change. Adolf Hitler became the leader of Germany in 1933. He promised to make Germany strong again. He blamed other countries and minority groups for Germany's problems. In 1939, Germany invaded Poland. Britain and France then declared war. Germany quickly conquered many European countries. Hitler's army was fast and well organized. During the war, terrible crimes were committed. The Nazis believed Jewish people were enemies. They forced Jews into ghettos and camps. Millions were sent to concentration camps. Men, women, and children were killed there. This mass murder is called the Holocaust. About 6 million Jewish people died. Other groups were also killed. These included Roma people, disabled people, and political enemies. Cities across Europe were destroyed by bombing. Millions of soldiers and civilians died. In 1945, Germany was defeated. Europe was left in ruins and deep pain. 13. The Cold War divided Europe. After World War II, Europe faced a new kind of conflict. This conflict was called the Cold War. It did not involve direct fighting between armies. Instead, it was a struggle for power and influence. Europe was divided into two sides. Eastern Europe was controlled by the Soviet Union. Western Europe was supported by the United States and its allies. Eastern countries became communist. Western countries remained democratic. Winston Churchill called this division the Iron Curtain. Germany was divided into East and West. Berlin, the capital city, was also divided. In 1961, the Berlin Wall was built. The wall stopped people from leaving East Berlin. Many who tried to escape were punished or killed. Life in Eastern Europe was tightly controlled. The government decided jobs, travel, and speech. In Western Europe, people had more freedom. They could choose their leaders and speak freely. Over time, people in the East wanted change. In 1989, the Berlin Wall fell. Families were reunited after many years. Soon after, communist governments collapsed. Europe slowly moved toward unity again. 14. European Union unity and peace. After many wars, European leaders wanted a new future. They wanted peace, cooperation, and shared growth. After World War II, Europe was tired of fighting. Countries began to work together instead of against each other. In the 1950s, several nations joined to share coal and steel. This was the first step toward the European Union. Over time, more countries joined this cooperation. In 1993, the European Union was officially formed. The EU helped countries trade more easily. Goods, money, and people could move freely. Many countries shared common rules and laws. Some countries adopted a shared currency called the euro. The EU also supports democracy and human rights. Member states agree to solve problems through discussion. The EU helps poorer regions develop faster. It supports education, science, and environmental protection. Although members have different cultures, they share values. These values include peace, freedom, and cooperation. The European Union is not perfect. There are disagreements and challenges, but the EU has helped keep peace in Europe. It shows how unity can replace war. 15. Europe's cultural influence on the world. Europe has deeply influenced world culture. Many important ideas began in Europe. European art shaped how people see beauty. Painters like Leonardo da Vinci changed art forever. European music spread across the globe. Classical music still influences modern songs. Many world languages came from Europe. English, Spanish, French, and Portuguese spread through exploration. These languages are spoken on many continents today. European literature inspired storytelling worldwide. Famous writers explored love, freedom, and human nature. European philosophy shaped modern thinking. Ideas about democracy and human rights began here. European science changed how people understand the world. Discoveries in medicine saved millions of lives. European education systems influenced global schools. Universities became centers of learning and research. European architecture shaped cities around the world. Old styles are still used in modern buildings. Europe also shared traditions and customs. Food, fashion, and holidays spread globally. Even today, Europe continues to inspire culture. Its long history still shapes the modern world. 16. Modern Europe, challenges and hope. Today, Europe is peaceful, but faces many challenges. Different countries have different needs and opinions. Migration has changed many European societies. Some people welcome diversity, others fear change. Economic problems affect some regions more than others. Climate change is a serious concern. Europe is working to protect the environment. Technology is changing how people live and work. Some jobs disappear while new ones appear. Europe also faces political disagreements. Trust in governments can be weak. However, Europe still values democracy and freedom. Young people care deeply about the future. They speak up for justice and equality. European countries cooperate to solve problems. They work together in science and health. During crises, they support one another. Education remains a strong foundation. Cultural exchange continues across borders. Despite difficulties, there is hope. Europe learns from its long history. It remembers the cost of division and war. By choosing cooperation, Europe looks forward.
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.